We were pretty famous back in high school. Trust us!
Had a whole future ahead of us, but now we suck.
All that potential now is flowing in the aqueducts.
Through the sands of time, many did forget.
But now our time has come to resurrect. But a podcast?
Sad I know, but can you blame us?
We are desperate to be much more than high school famous.
High School Famous Podcast, Episode 101. Puma, 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 Puma.
Welcome to High School Famous, the very special Halloween episode. Please keep your costumes on. It's only scary once. At no time in the history of Halloween have I ever been scared to go to my own house. Take your own advice. This is Halloween, the witching hour. Nobody wants to see you drunk. You are not a legend. Don't take your balls out. You'll get lots of scars. Does the pot of gold ball of doom deliver $1,500 or the chance to feel the pain and pleasure of electrocution? Listen to your old man who is underage, under the age of 21. You're an idiot if you think that jail is a bunch of new agey hippies lying around playing harp. In both real life and high school, a Halloween party is as much a challenge as a game show. I'm Matt.
I'm Sean.
And that was your intro. Really had to work at that one.
Well, what do you mean? That was second take was polished.
Oh, no,
and perfect.
I just mean you had to work at that intro. It was a lot.
It was a lot of intro.
It was a lot of info. Yeah. It was a lot of intro. A lot of intro.
Intro.
Yeah, how do you make that two words that already...
Info and intro.
It just becomes intro.
You could say if.
Iftro?
Well, Intro. That's yeah. No one's gonna do that. No one's gonna use that form of it, or probably any form of it. They're just gonna not combine those two words.
Yeah. No, I think it's just. Yep.
Now, what about the full versions?
Information.
Introduction. And,
ooh.
Yeah, that's easier.
You could just introduction.
Do like, yeah, or intromation. I think introduction is better.
Introduction sounds like
it's introduction.
Introduction. It sounds like something that's like part of like an appliance. It's like
remove the introduction.
Yeah. Oh, this one comes with introduction.
Yeah, my introduction went out. I have to call the Maytag repairman who's bored.
Yeah, he's always bored. He's got nothing to do because
I know.
Maytags do not break down.
The introduction never goes out on a Maytag appliance.
No.
You can feel confident in that when purchasing a Maytag appliance. Well, Matt, what are we up to today on this episode of High School Famous?
What do we do every episode that is going to be the Halloween episode, because this is the last episode that comes out before Halloween?
If memory serves me correctly, we're going to cover some really wacky, awful horror movies. What do you? Is that what it is?
I think that sounds like a great idea. We should totally do that.
It is a great idea, but I've got another idea first before.
Oh, no.
I think it's time for you to update our listeners on what you've been up to.
I had a feeling you were going to do that, and I thought about doing it myself, and then I forgot about that completely.
Okay.
But I was like, there's no way Sean's not gonna do. We took 2 weeks off. It's the start of the new semester, I guess we're gonna call it. We discussed this. We discussed this off. We didn't really discuss it. You brought it up, and I said sure.
Yeah.
That instead of calling this the second century, that we'd maybe call it the second semester.
It's a short text exchange. That's all it was.
It was Sean asking me the question and me literally saying, I believe I just said sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
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 Well, Century wasn't on brand with High School Famous, so I thought. But then we might be putting ourselves in a corner because you typically have, I don't know, 2 semesters of high school in a year. Maybe this is our
second quarter,
freshman year or sophomore year, whatever comes first.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the type of high school you go to because some high schools are 4 years, some are 3 year.
Well, for the sake of being more relatable to, for the sake of what's more common, we can say this is a 4-year high school.
Right.
So we're jumping in at 9th grade, which would be freshman, I believe. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, I think it goes.
I believe that's right, yeah.
So that was we already completed our first semester of the freshman year.
Oh, so we're talking about doing... So how many episodes? We're going to do... All right, that's 8. That'd be 800 episodes?
800, yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it's doable, right? How many years is that if we do one every week?
I'm 52 weeks a year.
So it's 16 years?
16 years. I don't know.
Are you guys ready for 16 years of this podcast? I mean, 14 more, I guess.
I predict that we probably just won't graduate.
Oh, I'll be dead before we're done, before we get to that point.
Right? You'll see to that.
I can make that happen.
Yeah. That's going to be, it's not going to be like unexpected or accidental.
I mean, it might be unexpected.
For you?
Not for me.
Oh,
for everybody else.
Right. I mean,
can you unexpectly commit suicide? Like, I didn't expect to do that. I didn't expect to kill myself.
Does it count if does it count if you fall, like, let's say you stumble in front of a train?
Well, that's not a suicide.
Count? It's just an accidental death.
Yeah.
I don't think
I have to unintentionally purposely kill myself.
I don't think that you can do that in any way.
Right.
Even if you're trying to do something that would harm you, but not necessarily kill you, but you accidentally went too far with it.
Right.
And killed yourself that way. I mean,
there's accidental suicides.
So maybe that's
that
what
could
it
maybe
is.
be it. Yeah. Like if I overdose on sleeping pills, it's considered a suicide because I did it to myself, even though I didn't intend to.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're already stating it. You're already making the claim that you're going to.
No, I'm just saying I
intend
could
to
do
do
that.
this.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, either way, I guess I should, look up my fucking news.
Enjoy some of.
If this is something that's going to be like a pain in the ass to read again, I might have to put out another hit on you.
Isn't that what you consider most things?
It's true.
Require reading.
I
reading
am
painful.
a very poor reader, so it's so great that you're making me read things live on air.
Live on air. Yeah, people are watching this right now. It's on air. Or listening right now.
I suppose it'd be the one that's with today's date on it.
That's correct.
It's not too long, which is good.
I stuck with that boring old format.
Oh, I know, right?
Of naming.
All right, let me get ready for this. All right, you guys, here is my new... I know we've been off for a couple weeks, so you're probably wondering what I've been up to while we were off last week. Excuse me.
It's time for some...
Bad news.
Bad news!
Hey there, animal friends. Aren't you all glad I've resorted to living in the forest with you? We've all been getting along so well. I've learned a lot from you all. Like you, Mr. Wiggles the squirrel. You taught me the magic of keeping my nuts hidden away from others. And to think I used to just flaunt these things around. Ha ha. Or is it hey hey? Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha.
You do suck at reading.
I just...
Is it?
It's... it's just a thing of my brain... I think it's an ADHD thing, an undiagnosed ADHD thing.
Just read it, make a choice, and commit to the choice.
No.
Should I just typed ha ha to make it very clear?
That would have been easier.
But to me, it doesn't sound as natural.
It doesn't, and we wouldn't.
But whatever you spewed out sounds way less natural than ha ha would have sounded. I guess. Well, you eventually got there, but you're like, is it hey hey?
That's not at all. I didn't put that on it.
A little bit.
But if you would have just put ha ha, we wouldn't have just spent the last 2 minutes discussing what I should have said.
Yeah, but do we want to spend that? By definition, I suppose it is. We're storytellers.
By definition, everything is content, whether it's good or not.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
Heh.
Good. Much improved.
I'll not make the same mistake again. And you, Miss Beaks the Owl. I've never thought about naming an owl Beaks.
I just did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm saying I haven't.
And don't get confused, or as the kids say, don't get it twisted. It's Mrs. Beaks.
Is it Mrs. Beaks? Did I say Miss?
You said Miss, but don't. All I'm saying is the point is don't try anything. She's spoken for. She's off the market, Mrs. Beaks.
Right.
Anyway, carry on.
You've taught me all about patience. Yeah, that's going well right now. Sometimes you have to just sit and wait for that field mouse to show itself rather than swooping around and trying to get down to their holes. Sounds very innuendo-ish. Anyways, I'll never try to force myself into a helpless, scared being's hole again. All right. Thanks, Mrs. Beaks.
Yeah.
And I can't forget you, Mr.
Say hi to Mr. Beaks for me.
Mr. Jumpington the bunny rabbit. You know, I don't know if I've ever referred to something specifically as a bunny rabbit.
It sounded
I'll say
better.
Bunny, I'll say rabbit. Very rarely will I put the two together.
I'm like, I need this to be a little bit longer.
Yeah, a whole word
bunny
longer.
Rabbit. Bunny rabbit.
You've taught.
Oh, it's more than that.
Oh, okay. You've taught me how to achieve multiple orgasms in a very short amount of time. And with the production of ejaculate, I read it like that. For some reason, my brain was going to, he's clearly writing ejaculation. And then the word stopped. And I'm like, no, I should stop. So that's how it.
But you
that's
don't
what my brain did.
But you learned not to stop.
Apparently. And with the production of ejaculate each time, this will surely help me impregnate all the animals in the forest. I can't thank you enough, Mr. Jumpington the bunny rabbit, for spending countless weeks together in the forest after dark, teaching me the ways of producing so much semen. You and I sure did produce a lot of semen together, Mr. Jumpington the friendly forest bunny rabbit. It took me a long time to get the technique down, but you wouldn't give up on me. You very thoroughly showed me how to accomplish this, allowing me to take very close-up videos and for review, and even let me practice on you. And the whole time, you didn't act as though this was work or a chore for you. You really made me feel as though it was something you enjoyed. Me practicing on you over and over until I was able to replicate the act on myself while you observed and evaluated. I almost said ejaculated.
Which would have worked, I suppose.
Which would have worked. The smile on your face, I don't know, bunny rabbits could smile, and the look on your face, the smile on your face, and the look on your face as your eyes rolled back. It's something I'll never forget, and you even nicknamed me Mr. Prickly. Thank you, forest animals. I am now one with nature and can let go of the burdens of modern human living. The first thing I said before I started reading this was, oh, good, it's not that long. And I somehow made it feel like it took forever.
Yes. Yep. Much like the beginning of your training, I'm sure. It just felt like it just wasn't you.
Yeah. Well, to be
when am I going to get there?
Honest, I kind of pretended like I didn't know what I was doing for a while. Like, I picked it up fairly quickly, but then I was like, this is too much fun. I'm going to just kind of what do I do? How do I do it again? Show me one more time.
It's dangerous to lose a rabbit's trust, a bunny rabbit's trust. Are you sure that was a smart thing to do?
I mean, he didn't seem to catch on.
He might impregnate you now.
That's physically impossible.
That's how bunny rabbits take revenge.
Yeah,
but get revenge? Enact revenge?
I can't get pregnant.
Well,
I had a hysterectomy.
This is Mr. Jumpington we're talking about here.
Oh,
he's clearly capable of a lot of things.
He's clearly capable of completely redirecting or recreating or reconfiguring my organs.
Look, I didn't say he wasn't going to shove an embryo down your throat.
That would still not work.
It's one way that it could work.
It would be digested.
The embryo finds a way. In the words of the great Dr. Ian Malcolm, life finds a way.
You know that was a movie, right?
You know that was my special movie, right?
That was my special movie. I told you never to mention my special movie.
Well, wow, Matt, I had no idea you were living amongst the animals in the forest. That's incredible.
Yeah, the crazy thing is I still have great Wi-Fi.
Out there in the forest.
Out there in the forest. I'm right next to a Wi-Fi tower.
Right next to it. But
that's
there's a
how
bunch of those
Wi-Fi works, right?
Yeah, there's a Wi-Fi tower.
Wi-Fi tower.
There's a bunch of those Wi-Fi, or no, what is it? 5G, well, that's cellular. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you can, I'm just using my cell phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot.
Sure, yeah. But there's, plenty of those, 5G boxes on the trees out there. They for some reason made the forest a very robust area for a cellular signal.
Yeah, lots of people camp there and stuff. They want to make sure that they stay.
When people want to get away and camp and disconnect, it's important to have strong cellular signal out there.
You never know what might happen. Some guy living out there might try to have sex with you, and
you want everyone to know about it.
Yeah, I mean, you want to live stream.
Yep, you want to live stream that on TikTok.
Yeah, live stream your random forest fornication experiences that you have. I'm glad we took that week off to really, build up our abilities and our content here and make ourselves even a better podcast, bring you better content like me learning how to ejaculate over and over again from Mr. Jumpington, the friendly forest bunny rabbit.
Yeah, I don't know do you have something against this particular content? Because I'm quite proud of it.
I mean, it's on brand.
Exactly. We got to be true to ourselves. Yeah. Just because we're in the second semester of our freshman year doesn't mean
we should mature.
Need to change. We don't need to change and grow and become more prepared for the real world, as they say. So
I also find it interesting that your story mentioned, I guess it mentioned nuts, not balls. I thought it said something about balls.
No, but that was all in your head.
No, the intro said something about balls.
It did. That popped in my head the moment you said it. When you're reading the intro, I'm like, oh, I cover nuts in Matt's news.
You cover them?
I cover them up.
Mm-hmm.
Like you should.
Modesty.
As Mr. Wiggles taught you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't go just parading those things around.
Yeah, because other people might try to take them from you. Or other animals.
Forgive my little typing mistake there by saying the look on the face, I think twice in a row in the same sentence.
The smile on your face and the look on your face as your eyes rolled back.
Yeah, because although I had 2 weeks to do this, I did it
today.
moments before we got on here. So
yeah.
Sometimes that's my best. I do my best when I'm under the gun. The deadline is rapidly approaching.
Yeah, I mean, and you don't want to pull the trigger too quick, because you want to make sure you get it at the last minute so that everybody can have the best experience. I was trying to wrangle it into a premature ejaculation type sounding thing, but it just didn't work.
No, and you're gonna come at me for the content.
Hey,
that we're creating.
New semester, new editing practices that might come out. Somebody might start editing shit out of the episodes.
You do have that. You do hold that power.
I do.
Well, it's nearly Halloween, everybody.
Mm-hmm. That's
actually,
it.
This is. It's really not super close though, because this is going to post
25th,
like 6 days before Halloween day. Yep. So
yeah, but otherwise it would post the day after. So unless
we can't post on a Monday. Ever.
Yeah, I just thought about that. We could have done that. We've done it before.
Yep, we sure have. But we're already in.
The other thing is, honestly, sometimes people don't listen to this the day of. So
are you serious?
Somebody might listen to it the Friday before or the day of Halloween.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the world just listens to it the moment it's available.
Should we call this episode "Don't Listen to This Until Monday the 31st" and then
don't open until Halloween?
Yeah, don't open until Halloween.
I don't know.
We're not going to.
The title is yet undetermined, so
True.
it's an option.
Well, so if you're listening to this now and you want this to be like the truest of Halloween episodes, Just pause it here and then pick it back up on Monday.
Unless it's already Monday the 31st when you're listening to it now. If you've already...
then they would hear that and they'd be like, oh, well, yeah. They'd pause it and then immediately hit play again.
I don't know if they would pause it at all.
You have little faith in our listeners.
What? No, that's having... No, it doesn't mean that. If they're already listening to it initially on the 31st, they're going to be smart enough to know, they're talking about people who started listening to this before the 31st. They're the ones that will have to pause. Me, being someone who listens on the 31st, I do not have to pause. You think they're going to pause it and then immediately start playing it again to fulfill our instructions?
I mean, yeah.
Precisely, yes.
Yes, precisely, yes.
Okay. All right, well, now we know.
Yeah. I mean, we won't know if they do unless they tell us.
Yep, that's true. So, Matt, what movies have you brought in for us to review today?
Well, let's see. There's a very famously bad movie that comes up on like every list of bad horror or Halloween. Or I don't know if it's necessarily a Halloween movie, but I guess it's considered a horror movie. Yeah, it's considered a horror film. Sorry.
Oh, a film.
The movie Troll 2.
All right.
I think that would be a good one to go through, and then if we have time, I have another movie, but I will maybe refrain from mentioning exactly what it is unless we get to it, just to we can use it later.
So you don't want to have it be like a choice?
Okay, if we want to do it that way. I mean, you're the one choosing, or what?
Sure. And then you can choose of the two that I have.
Okay. The other option is the movie The Ginger Dead Man, which is a movie I've actually seen.
Oh, wow.
Years and years ago. Probably close to around the time when it came out, actually.
It sounds like you'd be in it.
So we're going to do Troll 2 then because of your fucking attitude.
I didn't select that.
I don't care. You said that you made a comment about my hair color and that I would be in the Ginger Dead Man, or you think I should be the Ginger Dead Man. You want me dead?
No, I'm just saying you're a ginger and you have no soul.
So Troll 2.
Do you want my titles now?
Yeah,
or do you want
sure.
To wait? So I will give something away. The basic idea is kind of similar between these two movies.
Okay.
One is called Island Claws.
Okay.
And one is called The Horror of Party Beach.
So the theme is sand between the two?
Stuff happens on a beach.
Okay. Island Claws makes me think of, is it like a Christmas-based movie?
Not at all.
Okay, so
not
claws as in nails or
like nails, talons, something to that effect.
Okay. So yeah, it's all about the spelling on that one. If it's, I mean, Island Claws sounds like it would just be some sort of.
It's part of the paperwork for purchasing an island.
I was thinking more of like it's a Christmas movie, but based in like a tropical location.
I see. Gotcha. No, this is CLAWS, as in the plural of claw.
Right. Got it.
All right. So let's see. I think between Ginger Dead Man and Trog 2, is that
Troll
what it's
2.
Troll 2. There's something called Trog as well, right?
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm getting those mixed up. Let's go with Ginger Dead Man.
I was really hoping you'd go with Troll 2.
Let's go with Troll 2.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We can do whatever one you want. If you want Ginger Dead Man, we can do Ginger Dead Man.
I've already said both of them.
It's true. All right.
Let's do Troll 2. I know you're the youngest, right? Yeah, this is showing itself.
What?
You're the youngest child.
Okay.
You get what you want.
Well, you're the middle child, so you never get what you want.
I know, which is why I'm not getting Ginger Dead Man right now.
No, we'll do Ginger Dead Man.
You're getting Troll.
We're going to do Ginger Dead Man. No, we're going to do Ginger Dead Man now.
No, because you really wanted me to do Troll 2. No. Oh my gosh.
I just thought it was, I personally think it's a funnier storyline, but we're doing Ginger Dead Man because.
Then don't give me the choice.
No, we're doing Ginger Dead Man now because you decided that. So if this episode sucks, I'm just kidding. It'll be fine.
You mean your portion of the episode? I mean, the news was amazing already.
I mean, at this rate, we're going to get one movie in.
I hope so.
Are you not confident about yours?
No, I guess I just meant I hope at least one movie in.
Oh, gotcha.
I hope we don't get through the rest of this without actually talking about a movie.
Anything down.
Well, there's nothing to say. Nothing to say about this so far. Go on with Ginger Dead Man.
Ginger Dead Man.
Great.
The Ginger Dead Man
forward to this.
Is a 2005 American comedy slasher film. Okay. Directed by Charles Band, if you're familiar with the Charles Band films.
I'm not.
Yeah, no one is. I shouldn't say that. Plenty of people are.
So should I have information about my movies? Like who
No,
directed them?
I have the Wikipedia page pulled up because that's how it's the best way to go through the plot of this movie.
Very well. I'm one to, not to get into the weeds and whatnot, but I like to copy and paste from a page to a document so that all my information is in one place. Whereas you like to, I guess, jump around like sporadically and messily to find what you're trying to read.
I have the Wikipedia page pulled up, which has it all.
But I'm guessing you also have on a separate page, if you need it, the Wikipedia page for the other movie.
Yeah, it's in a different tab.
Yeah. Whereas all my information is on one document.
Hey, look, I'm looking at Troll 2 right now. Oh, there's Ginger Dead Man.
Yeah,
Troll 2 again? Ginger Dead Man.
But you could easily accidentally click on the wrong tab at some point and get disoriented.
I have
and
3 tabs up on my computer.
You have to check your compass to find out how to get back to where you're going.
I don't use a compass. I use a sextant. It measures.
What is that?
It measures angles. Ginger Dead Man.
I thought a protractor did that.
No, a protractor makes angles.
Well, it can also measure them. You can hold a protractor up to an angle and see what.
Well, a sextant is used for like it's nautical.
How does that help you get out of like the tab you don't want to be in?
How do I have trouble clicking on a tab I want to be in, Sean? So your bullshit argument is just as bad as mine.
Look, you're becoming more and more disconnected from the burdens of modern human life, like stuff like computers. Like you're living in the forest. You're forgetting how all this stuff works, and somehow you still don't have a compass, even though you're living in the forest. I
just hold up a magnet, and it just points me in the right direction.
And now your nuts are out. You're failing Mr. Wiggles right now.
Look, you're the only one who can see that my nuts are out. You don't even have to bring it up.
Please don't bring them up. They're low enough. I want them down where they are. Do not bring them up.
So eye level is where you want them to stay?
My eye level.
Yeah.
No, I want them at your eye
level. It'd be difficult. All right.
I mean, I've heard they're stretchy.
Let's do this fucking movie. I got that stretchy skin disorder or disease or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or is it a disease? Is it just it's just a
you call it a
defect? Gift. Anyway, in Waco, Texas, let's start completely over. I got 4 words in and I screwed up.
Hello and welcome to High School Famous.
That was 3 words in because I skipped one of the words, which would have made it 4 words.
Gotcha. That's why
a Waco, Texas diner, Cadillac Jack's, crazy killer Milford Findlemeyer, opens fire on the Lee family, killing Jeremy and James. What does it matter what their names are? They're dead already. But
what does it matter?
I don't know. It's like, if he kills 2 people at the very beginning of the movie, why do we care what their names are? He could have just said opens fire on the Lee family, killing 2 of them or some shit. It doesn't need to, they don't even need to have names. But leaving Sarah and her mother Betty alive. Findlemeyer is arrested and sentenced to die in the electric chair. After the execution, Findlemeyer's is cremated and his ashes are sent to his mother, a witch who mixes the ashes with a gingerbread spice mix. You know, as you do.
Yeah. These ashes taste gross.
Yeah. This gingerbread mix needs a little something. It's too sweet.
This story needs updating. It needs to be pumpkin spice.
Oh, yeah. Everybody would go for it.
Oh, yeah. It'd be all the rage at Caribou.
Yeah, see, this came out in 2005. I think that was a little bit before the pumpkin spice craze
I think you're right.
Nuts. The Bakery, a pastry shop run by the Lees. Fucking brilliant name.
Yeah, come on down to the bakery. Which one?
The Bakery. All right, so yeah, The Bakery, a pastry shop run by the Lees, is in dire straits, and Betty has been reduced to a shotgun-toting alcoholic. Okay.
That's an upgrade.
Well, she was just a widow at the beginning of the movie. Now she's a shotgun-toting alcoholic.
Yeah, way better.
Sarah sends her home with bakery employee Julia. All right, weird. Like,
come on, bakery employee Julia.
Hold on. We just find out that the bakery's in dire straits and Betty is reduced to a shotgun-toting alcoholic. And now Sarah sends her home.
Yeah.
Like we don't even establish that she's like causing a ruckus at the bakery or anything. No, she's just a shotgun-toting alcoholic, and Sarah's going to send her home for the day.
Just go home with one of my employees.
With the bakery employee Julia.
Yeah.
With the bakery employee. Anyway. Oh, here's a random new character. Jimmy Dean attempts to buy Sarah out. Who the fuck is Jimmy Dean? And is he trying to buy her out of her product or her store?
I mean,
I think it's the store. Yeah, hold on, because the rest of the sentence explains.
He wants to make baked goods with sausage infused in them.
No, this is what he wants to do. So Jimmy Dean attempts to buy Sarah out so he can knock down the bakery, which he bemoans as an eyesore.
Your building's ugly.
Yeah, that's why he wants to knock it. It doesn't say that he wants to put something else there. He just wants to knock it down because it's an eyesore. After exchanging hostilities with Dean's daughter, Lorna, okay, where does she come from? Sarah defers the decision. To who?
Yeah. Are you free? Here, take this decision.
All right.
I like how they exchange hostilities. Like, yeah. Is that all of it?
Yeah.
Like, oh wait, you got some more. Okay, give me the rest. And I'll put it in my pocket. Okay, hold on. Let me find my hostilities. Hold on. I think I left them in the car.
Yeah.
Can you?
There's no mention of a car.
Gotta get my keys. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I locked my keys in the car with all the hostilities.
Oh, now my keys are hostile.
Oh, can you hold on? Keys. I will not edit that out. Sarah and Brick Fields, another bakery employee, what a fucking dumb name, find a mysterious gingerbread spice mix left at their doorstep by Findelmeyer's mother. That might have the ashes in it.
The now flavorful ashes.
Yeah. Which is this is like a weird thing, right? So she's a witch, so obviously she has like some plan, but what if it's like, whatever her plan is, what if it just like doesn't come true and she just gives them some gingerbread mix with her son's ashes in it and they just make stuff out of it and then people eat it and it's just gross?
I'm guessing that it would just result in some angry customers and they would complain.
If they would even notice.
If they would notice.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's something that might be noticed. Like, what's this? What's this gray tint to my baked goods?
Also, okay, they set to using the mix. So would you, if you owned like a bakery and you just find a mysterious gingerbread spice mix on your doorstep, would you be like, yeah, I'd probably use this?
This is, you know what? I've been meaning to do this.
Be like, oh, we just happen to be out of gingerbread spice mix. This is perfect that this random package is on our doorstep.
Someone answered my prayers. God does exist.
Okay. All right. They set out to using the mix. But Brick cuts himself, unknowingly allowing his blood to pollute the dough.
Wait, so that's what's polluting the mixture?
How much blood how much blood got in there that it polluted it?
Yeah, but not the ashes of the dead. Yeah, that wasn't a problem.
Well, they don't know about the ashes of the dead. True. Well, and they don't know about the blood because unknowingly it happened. So never mind. They have no idea that the dough has been polluted.
They're just going about making their baked goods like nothing's happening.
Yeah, so never mind. This is whoever wrote this idea of that's what polluted the dough.
Yeah.
Ashes are fine.
Yeah.
Like the the ashy human remains are one thing, but a little bit of somebody's blood. Oof.
It's weird because it's all the circle of life, right? It should all be okay. It should all be okay to consume.
So you're pro cannibalism?
When I go to a funeral, I don't call them funerals so much as buffets.
There's so many long pauses I'm going to have to keep in now. Well, I was trying to look at cutting out all the dead air. There's so much of this episode that needs to be dead.
Oh, I like what you did there. Keep going with the theme.
Yeah.
Remains.
Right. So, polluted the dough. Got it. Sarah permits him to leave early. This is worded so weirdly. So he can pursue his amateur wrestling career as the butcher baker at WrestlePalooza. Not that he cut himself. That's not why she permits him to leave early. He cut himself, bled all over a bunch of dough, but he's like, I still got to go make sure I get to my amateur wrestling event. I am known as the butcher baker. I mean, I don't know how good you are at being a butcher if you cut yourself while working with dough.
And what's a butcher baker? Like a butcher is someone who chops up meats, and a baker is someone who bakes dough.
I mean, you could be both.
Like, are you hacking the dough with a machete or with a cleaver?
Hold on, the butcher baker.
Yeah, those two things don't go together
unless he bakes butchers.
So, if in order for that to be intimidating in the wrestling ring, all of the other wrestlers would have to be butcher themed.
Yeah,
like their characters would have to be somewhat butcher based.
I always like a good butcher base.
It really adds a lot.
Yeah.
It's subtle, but when it's not there, you notice.
Oh, yeah. She makes a large gingerbread. She makes a large gingerbread man. See, like, the episodes that I have to read on are just awful.
Hello, I'm Gingerbread.
Gingerbread.
Get out of here, Gingerbread.
If only my name was Brad. She makes a large gingerbread man with the contaminated dough and puts it in an industrial oven to bake. Didn't need to say industrial in that sentence at all.
Very important detail.
Yeah.
Very important detail. It's telling you it's going to bake fast. Like, they won't see it coming. It's going to mutate into some kind of baked good monster before they can even, it's going to happen so fast. Help me out here. I'm dying out here, Matt. Help me out.
Lorna has returned and planted a rat in the bakery. I like the is capitalized in this sentence, so it's not. It's not. It's referring to the name of the place, not just the fact that it's a bakery.
Yeah, it's good to keep it clear.
Yeah,
distinguish.
Lorna has returned to planted a rat in the bakery, so the health department will shut them down. It's not going to happen that fast.
Yeah, it's just like putting a rat in the bakery is not going to immediately alert the health whatever's, and then have them show up immediately.
Yeah. But is discovered by Sarah.
The rat was, or
that's the second part of that sentence. But is discovered by Sarah. I'm assuming the rat.
I'm guessing the rat. Who's the person who did?
Lorna has returned and planted a rat in the bakery, so the health department will shut them down. But is discovered by Sarah. Oh, maybe. But Lorna is discovered by Sarah.
Lorna could have been discovered, like planting the rat.
Right. Oh, yeah, because a fight ensues, during which Lorna hits a switch that causes a surge of electricity into the oven where the gingerbread man is cooking, animating it.
Oh, that switch.
Yeah, the switch that causes electrical surges that you have that are in every bakery?
Standard in all bakeries.
Yeah.
You need that extra bit of juice? Like, the customers are waiting. Your goods are not yet fully baked.
Yeah, and you know what makes stuff cook faster? More electricity.
More electricity. Yeah. Let's zap it. Your buns are freshly zapped, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. How dare you, sir?
I just zapped your buns, ma'am.
Amos Cadbury, Lorna's boyfriend.
Of course.
I'm sure this is exactly, I can't remember the movie that well, but I'm sure this is literally how characters are introduced. They show up randomly out of nowhere and we're just supposed to give a shit about them. Lorna's boyfriend, who has gotten tired of waiting outside for her, arrives on the scene. He was already on the scene, just not in the building.
Yeah, he was already there.
Sarah removes the gingerbread man from the oven, at which point the newly dubbed Ginger Dead Man leaps up, taunting them.
Hold on. Dubbed by who?
I don't know.
Okay.
Unless he says it. Like, I'm the Ginger Dead Man.
Thanks for the extra electricity.
Yeah. They attempt to lock the...
You said it like you're some old gangster.
See, I'm the Ginger Dead Man. They attempt to lock the living cookie in the freezer, and Sarah tries to call the police, but the line is dead, probably due to the surge of electricity.
Yeah, it took out all the phone lines.
Yeah. It pumped up the oven, but it killed all the phone lines. Lorna calls her dad on Amos's cell phone before the batteries go dead, of course. Because
he was playing Candy Crush in the car.
That's how you get out of the fact that cell phones exist now in movies, is they constantly have to be dead all the damn time. Because otherwise, every movie situation could be solved with a quick and easy cell phone call.
Yep.
But now it's like, cell phones are dead everywhere.
Hey.
There's never a working cell phone.
Hey, I know people that it seems like their phone is always in need to charge. They're always running on such low battery. It's embarrassing.
All right. Betty comes back to look for her stash of alcohol, and Julia comes back looking for Betty. How did Betty get away from you? Like, Julia was taking Betty home.
Yeah.
Betty comes back to get alcohol, and then Julia comes back to find Betty. Like, Julia let Betty out of her sight at some point.
Well, I don't know how much time has passed.
Probably not a lot.
I mean, I guess maybe once she got her home, she's like, all right, bye. I don't know.
Yeah, but then why would she come back to the bakery to look for her?
Is that why she went back to the bakery?
Yeah, it says Julie comes back looking for Betty.
Oh, looking for Betty.
Yeah.
Yeah, something went awry there. Something happened that we're not being privy to.
Yeah. This is out of nowhere. Betty loses a finger and puts it into the oven, while Julia is knocked out by a frying pan, encased in frosting, decorated, and left in the freezer.
Frying pan?
No, I think she's encased. I think it's just poorly worded. Julia is knocked out by a frying pan, encased in frosting, decorated, and left in the freezer.
I see.
I think I put emphasis in the wrong space there.
Why does it not say who knocked her out with the frying pan?
Maybe we don't see who knocked her out with the frying pan, even though we know there's a living ginger dead man. See?
Yeah. See? And was the placing of the finger in the oven strategic? Are they trying to turn that into some sort of finger monster?
I don't know. It just, all of a sudden she loses it. Like she just got back looking for her stash, and then she loses a finger and puts it in the oven.
Yeah. How did she lose her finger?
Yeah. And why did she put it in the oven?
Was it the butcher baker? Yeah, there's a lot unexplained here.
It says Betty loses a finger Betty loses a finger and is put into the oven. So I think Betty is put in the oven.
Yes.
Not the finger.
The losing of the finger part is kind of irrelevant.
Weird.
But some of that blood is probably contaminating some more dough somewhere.
Well, maybe. But okay, that makes more sense. I didn't read it properly.
Yeah, makes way more sense to shove the rest of the full human in the oven.
Yeah,
and not just the finger.
Not the finger at all.
Yeah.
I don't think the finger made it at all.
In the oven? No.
I don't think so. Because she lost it.
It's rolling around on the floor.
We don't know where
covered in flour.
Probably.
It's getting caked in flour.
Decorated, encased in frosting, and thrown in the freezer.
Yeah, now it won't stick to a pan.
Right. Amos returns to his car and retrieves a handgun.
For shooting hands.
Yeah, where's Betty's shotgun at this point?
Yeah.
She left that. Yeah. She must have left that at home. Jimmy Dean arrives to pick up Lorna. While he investigates Amos's car, the ginger dead man takes Jimmy's car and, using a rolling pin to operate the accelerator, kills him by pinning him between the car and a wall. So Jimmy Dean just showed up and died.
Yeah. He shouldn't have been looking at that other guy's car.
Yeah, apparently. Amos and Sarah discover and rescue Julia from the freezer. Sarah tells Amos that she thinks the killer cookie is Millard.
Okay.
Of course, from earlier. Millard.
Is someone trying to
Findlemeyer.
Is someone trying to save what's her name from the oven? Are we just concerned about the person in the freezer?
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
Okay.
Lorna waits outside for her father, but discovers only his body sprawled over the hood of his car.
I mean,
it's a weird,
him.
Yeah.
They found him.
It's a weird sentence.
Yeah, I didn't find him. I just found his body.
Right. She steals his ring and heads back inside.
And puts it on the severed finger.
Why did it takes? She took her father's ring. No, she steals her father's ring from his corpse. Heads back.
Give it back!
Where she triggers a tripwire that lodges a knife into her forehead, killing her.
Was this set up by the ginger dead man?
I would only assume so.
Because otherwise, why is that in a bakery?
Yeah. That's their security system.
Yeah.
Just immediately murder whoever walks in the door.
It's right at the door. Yeah.
Sarah and Amos admit their feelings for one another before they find Betty and attempt to rescue her from the oven.
By the way, I love you.
Yeah.
What's
Amos wasn't he dating fucking the girl that just died?
Yeah.
Wasn't he dating?
Finally.
All right, hold on.
I don't know who all these people are.
Yeah, I don't fucking. I thought Amos was Lorna's boyfriend.
Is she the one that's now in the oven? Or was she the one that was put in the freezer? Or is she neither of those people?
Lorna was the one who was in the freezer.
And they saved her.
Oh, no, wait. Julia was in the freezer. She's saved. Lorna, I don't fucking know. She was trying to call her dad. And then
it's hard to
found her dad and then died. There's just a lot of characters.
There's a lot of moving pieces to this puzzle. I can't solve it.
So they find Betty and attempt to rescue her from the oven, but the ginger dead man locks Sarah in the oven and knocks Amos out with a hammer. Amos recovers, shoots the oven door's lock off, and saves Sarah. Brick returns to help. I don't even know where he fucking went. As far as I know, Brick was here the whole time. Or no, Brick went to his amateur wrestling career.
The butcher baker. He's the butcher baker.
So
Brick the butcher baker.
Yeah.
Returned.
Brick returns to help, but the ginger dead man grabs Amos's pistol and opens fire. Julia and Brick manage to subdue him, and Brick eats the cookie's head. Shortly afterwards, Brick is possessed by the ginger dead man. He attacks Sarah before she is rescued by Amos and Julia, who push Brick into the oven and turn the heat on full, finally killing him.
Brick oven.
Several months later, Betty, Sarah, and Amos are having a bake sale to raise money for the hospital, with a little help from 2 nurses. 2 kids ask if they have any gingerbread cookies, and one of the nurses tells them that an older lady stopped by and dropped some off. The nurse opens the box, revealing 5 gingerbread cookies, who open their eyes. One of the gingerbread cookies is bought by a woman who also buys a box full of pastries and ships them to her sister in Los Angeles. It's setting up a sequel.
Yes.
Which there are several of.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You probably already know, but is the sequel called Ginger Dead Man 2, or is it called Ginger Dead Men?
I believe it's Man 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Stupid. Those nurses did little help.
Also, so my problem with this, right? 5 little ginger dead cookie dudes that open their eyes.
Right.
How did the witch make them without the electrical surge? Did she also create an electrical surge in her oven? Because according to lore, that seems to be how he was actually created. It had nothing to do with the ashes. Well, the ashes were part of it, but the blood.
So Jimmy Dean died, right? He got nailed between a car and a wall?
Jimmy Dean, yes. Jimmy Dean got killed by the car in the wall.
Okay, that throws out my idea then. I thought that maybe he ended up buying the bakery after all this went down, tore it down. The equipment went up for sale. The witch somehow acquired the oven and whatever was hooked up to the switch to
the
cause
anti-surge
the surge
protector.
Yeah, and then the surge causer.
The surge creator.
Yeah. And then, use that in her witch lair to make the ginger dead man.
No.
And how well trained those ginger dead men must have been to just wait till the perfect moment to open their eyes up once the box was opened.
Well, because then, they were laying in the dark. Yeah, so then the thing opened up and it was like, oh, there's light on my eyes. Let me open my eyes to see why all of a sudden I have this sense of light on my body.
So you think they were just sort of sleeping before that?
Oh, I mean, yes, they must have been.
Yeah.
I mean, do they sleep? I don't know.
I wouldn't think so, and I would think that they would their desire to kill would outweigh their desire to take a nap.
Possibly.
I just don't buy 5 ginger dead men just kind of hanging out waiting for the right opportunity.
Right.
Because the other one didn't. The moment it got animated, it's out there causing
immediately
havoc.
Trying to kill.
What's a hammer doing in a bakery?
Who knows? I mean, I wish I had answers, Sean.
I mean, is there any sort of mallet that's used in baking? I know you have like a meat tenderizer when you're, preparing some meats, but what else do you use like a hammered like device for in fruit preparation? Tell me.
I've never used a hammer while making food.
I've never hammered my meals.
Right. So one thing about this movie that makes it a little bit infamous is Millard Findelmeyer / the Ginger Dead Man is played by none other than Gary Busey.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And this is what, 2005?
2005. So,
okay.
I mean, he was the height of his absolute chaos.
Yeah. That's perfect.
So it's pretty great. And there's one scene that I do recall from this movie when I watched it all those years ago. I probably watched it around 2005 or a little bit after that.
Sure.
And there's the scene I distinctly remember and called it, like I said the line just before the character said the line.
Perfect. I love when that happens.
When, which I think it was Brick. When Brick bites the head off of the ginger dead man.
Sure.
I said, "Got milk?" And immediately after that, the character said, "Got milk." And I'm just like, no, it's so stupid. I'm like, I said it as a dumb joke, trying to just get a laugh out of the people that I was with watching the movie. Like, and then the charactor said it. I'm just like, oh my God. Now I feel like I'm no better than the person who wrote this movie.
I'm placing you right there too. I'm
at that level. It's just like, it's awful.
So did Gary Busey, obviously he played the person who ended up dying at the beginning, but did he voice the ginger dead man? Okay, I was going to say, you don't bring him in unless you're going to use him for all of that.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Did they do any sort of modification to his voice, or was it just him?
I think it was
like
just his voice, as far as I remember.
Like a straight up Gary Busey voice.
Yeah.
Not even like made a higher pitch or anything like that
Nope.
because he's a little cookie. I'm guessing the 5 remaining, or the 5 new Ginger Dead Man cookies at the end were also voiced by him, maybe?
Well, I don't think I don't know if they even speak at all.
Oh, they just
at
open
the
their
end,
eyes
I think it's just they open their eyes
squint.
and it's like, oh, like, what a twist ending.
There's more.
Yeah. I can only assume that they were also made with leftover ashes of Millard Findelmeyer. Like, she probably didn't put all of his ashes in that first mix, or she put it all in the mix but saved some of the mix.
Froze the dough.
Well, I don't think she made dough. She just made gingerbread.
The mix, right?
Mix.
The spice mix, yes. But whose blood was used to make the other ones?
Right. That's the other question.
Right?
Is the blood significant?
Yeah.
Oh God, sorry. Because there's certain things on Wikipedia, if you like hover over them, they pop stuff up. So all of a sudden, a picture of gingerbread men popped up. Like, just regular ones.
Scary.
But I just wasn't expecting it.
When's the last time you had a gingerbread man? Like cookie?
God, I honestly couldn't tell you. It's been a very long time.
There was the first elementary school I went to, Zimmerman Elementary. Every year they had a thing where they would make a giant, I don't know why they did this, but they would make a giant gingerbread man like cookie, and it would be hidden somewhere in the school.
We did that in elementary school. Yeah.
We'd have
to search for it and like go to different classrooms and ask questions. And
I guess that's your school did too, so it must be a thing.
I don't know if they still do it.
Probably not. COVID.
Yeah.
Plus, people don't trust like homemade things being brought into a public place. Like this needs to be prepackaged, and we need to see the nutrition facts. Mm-hmm. We don't know what someone might have put in this stuff.
Does it have gluten?
Does it have gluten? Does it have parabens?
Yeah.
That's a shampoo thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Is
there pet dander in this?
You want your shampoo to be paraben and sulfate free, Matt. Did you not know that?
As often as I fucking shampoo my shaved ass head.
Shaved ass head. Match Legal.
2022 for governor.
But you definitely want to use non-GMOs, right?
This conversation just took a turn.
Well, we're talking about gingerbread man and untrustworthy home cooking. No MSG either.
No sulfates.
That's the shampoo thing again.
Is that? Do you say that?
Yeah.
That's why it was in my head.
Sulfate free and paraben free.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's paraben?
Some people, I don't know. I don't even know what a sulfate is. I don't even know what free things are.
You don't know what something being free of something is?
Or something. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't know that.
We'll have a conversation off air.
Everyone's a prisoner.
Well, Sean, do you want to do a movie? We're an hour in.
I don't know if we have time.
I mean,
I guess it depends on which one you choose. One of them has a bit of a longer thing. One's a little bit shorter.
Well, here's the question. Do we want to do 2 Halloween episodes? We can release one on Monday before Halloween?
I don't know. We could. So I'll tell you this. I don't think that either of mine really cover the full movie like your thing did.
Oh, you didn't do I read a plot. Yeah.
Well, I tried. I would find a plot, but I don't think it goes all the way through. But the island clause, for example, there was little info on that. So I found one page that had a funny little description of it, and then one is actually a user review. Like someone just went on the website and put in their own review of the movie, which I thought was a little bit entertaining. So, but there are 3 separate little pieces that describe the movie, but they all kind of mention different things, so it makes it it reveals that there's more going on in this movie than we might think, because I don't know.
Well, it's that, or we follow tradition and I just do 2 movies of my own. I just do my 2 movies and skip yours.
Oh, you just want to keep going and do another one?
It doesn't matter. Depends on how entertaining you thought Ginger Dead Man was.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do one of my movies if you would like.
Why not?
All right, so do you want me to
do for a change on this episode?
Do you want me to do Island Clause or The Horror of Party Beach?
Let's do The Horror of Party Beach, considering you said that the other one you couldn't really find much on, and it was just somebody else's review of it, because then it's somebody else's words and not just a plot.
Which is also somebody else's words.
Well, yeah, but a plot at least just describes the movie, whereas somebody else's review on the movie is their opinion on the movie.
The beginning of it was describing the movie. Okay. And then they went into how they thought about it. Okay. So that's the only reason I put that part in. Anyway, all right. The Horror of Party Beach. I believe it was 1965. Directed by Del Tenney. Written by Richard Hilliard, Ronald Giannatino, and Lou Binder. Yes, 1964. 1 hour and 18 minutes. The cover in much larger font than the title itself, which is located in the bottom right, but at the very top, weird atomic beasts who live off human blood. All right. Near a small East Coast beach town, a boat dumps a 55-gallon metal drum labeled Danger Radioactive Waste into the ocean.
Are barrels marked like that?
I don't think so. And if you're going to dump something like that in the ocean, wouldn't you want to remove any of those types of labels?
Well, is it purposely dumped in or like it falls in?
It does say a boat. It just says a boat dumps a 55-gallon metal drum. So it could be that it fell off.
Also, storing radioactive material just in a 55-gallon drum, not the safest way.
It's probably going to eat its way through the...
Yeah, well, and it's not going to keep it from exposing radiation out. It's got to be in a much thicker container to cut down on radiation spill.
Well, this is 1964 we're talking here.
Yeah, they just didn't know.
I mean, the A-bomb was already a thing by then.
Yeah, I mean, they were well aware of what nuclear waste was.
They know what they're doing. They know what... This must be this is not the top dog. These are not the top dogs in radioactivity.
Right.
Research. So anyway, what happens after that is where it gets good.
Oh.
The drum opens upon reaching the bottom, releasing its contents upon a sunken ship and a nearby human skeleton. The skeleton is transformed,
of course,
into an aquatic humanoid monster.
Of course it is, because that's what radioactive material does to a skeleton.
Yet the drum remained a drum.
And the drum sunk for some reason.
Well, if it's full of a liquid, the liquid might be heavier than water, and it's probably a metal drum. That's not going to float. If it's filled with liquid, if it was an empty drum, it's going to float.
Well, maybe.
If it's full of liquid, it's not
air
going to
in
float.
It whatsoever, it might float. But
it depends. The monster immediately
apparently also wasn't sealed very well, anyways. So
it just burst open
as soon as it reached only when it reached the bottom, though.
Yeah.
Did it burst open? Not when it hit the water from falling off of the boat. And the impact,
the impact hitting the water would have been more abrupt or more
than it slowly
resting itself on the bottom of the ocean floor.
All of a sudden, it was just like
near that sunken ship and human skeleton.
Right.
The monster immediately ambulates toward the beach, where a dance party featuring the Del Airs musical group is in progress.
Of course.
Hank Green, an employee of local scientist Dr. Gavin, the local scientist.
Every island has a local scientist.
Yeah.
Or is it an island? It's just a beach.
It's just a beach.
Okay. Well, every local beach has a scientist.
Yeah, of course. The beach scientist. They study the sand,
Yeah, beach science.
So Hank Green, an employee of local scientist Dr. Gavin, attends the beach party with Tina, his girlfriend. They quarrel, and Tina leaves him and begins flirting with Mike, the leader of a motorcycle gang.
Did they exchange hostilities?
That's implied.
Okay.
They didn't say that explicitly, but it's implied. There was a quarrel. Usually hostilities are involved with quarrels.
True.
Yeah. We all know this. Let's see. The leader of a motorcycle gang. Okay, as Hank talks with Dr. Gavin's daughter, Elaine. So we've got Hank, we've got Mike, we've got Tina, and we've got Elaine. And we've got Dr. Gavin. Lots of players so far.
Hey, just like Ginger did, man. Let's just introduce a shit ton of characters you're not going to care about.
Yep, exactly. Hank starts a fight with Mike, but ignores Tina afterwards. After also being spurned by Mike,
oh God,
Tina swims to a rock jetty where she is attacked and killed by the monster.
Oh,
Tina,
what the hell were you doing? Tina, you're in a horror movie. Of course you're going to die if you go off on your own.
Don't go anywhere near a rock jetty.
Did you not read the script?
I'm not going to swim out there. I know what happens.
Yeah.
Tina's body washes ashore, still covered in blood.
Oh, that's
so
okay.
Didn't really watch
that work?
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, I saw. The police enlist Dr. Gavin to help with the investigation, and he proposes carbon-14 tests as a means to investigate the genetic structure of a tissue sample.
Oh.
They must have obtained a tissue sample from either Tina or the monster somehow?
I mean, yeah, why do they need to do DNA testing if they know it's Tina? Unless, I guess, are they doing DNA testing on the wounds to see if there's any DNA left over from the monster maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure the monster left DNA. Even though it washed ashore blood-free, I'm sure there's still remaining DNA from the monster.
She was still covered in blood.
Oh, that's right. She should have been blood-free.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the carbon-14 testing is necessary. We don't know if this is the monster's blood, if this is Tina's blood.
This is a very specific type of DNA testing you do in beach science.
Exactly. Just ask Dr. Gavin.
Yeah.
He knows. Elaine confesses to her father her romantic feelings toward Hank. Very appropriate timing.
Yeah. There's a dead body.
Eulabelle, Dr. Gavin's housekeeper, suggests that voodoo is responsible.
Of course. It's a 60s movie.
Elaine later decides to skip a slumber party.
Okay.
The monster now joined by additional monsters.
Oh no, where'd they come from?
Probably the ocean.
Did he go around looking for more skeletons?
I think so. He just gathers up skeletons and dribbles his radioactivity all over it. And they subsequently attack the slumber party, killing over 20 of the attendees.
Oh my God. What the hell? How big of a slumber party is this?
Right. There's more than 20 attendees at the slumber party.
Jesus.
I know. That's what I thought.
I mean, that's the good reason I wouldn't go. There's just too many people there.
Too many people. I'd rather hang out at a jetty.
4 or 5 person.
A rock jetty.
Slumber party tops.
Yeah. You're not going to get everyone to listen to your gossip if there's more than 20 people
right.
there.
Oh, then, it just becomes the freaking telephone game and everybody just starts getting confused as to what the story is really about.
Yep.
Because the people in the back can't hear your story, so that it has to relay back through other people.
And then you find out new information about yourself that you never knew.
Yeah, and then one person gets killed, so then it has to go down the line of everybody telling everybody who just got killed, and that by that point, everybody else is getting killed. That's why 20 people died.
I know. This is why slumber parties are not a good idea.
Ever. Because there's always some radioactive monster killing you.
Monsters.
Sorry.
Right? There's more now.
How dare.
Later, 3 female travelers stop to change a flat tire, presumably on their own vehicle, and are attacked and killed by monsters.
Oh, God.
As Hank and Elaine attend an evening dance party at the beach, which they're just going to casually be at the beach after what just happened to Tina at the beach. They're still going to feel it's safe to be hanging out at the beach, I guess.
Right. It's like it's the Jaws thing.
Never saw it.
Yeah, that's right. Also, very progressive for a movie from the 60s to, have 3 women changing a tire.
Well, I never said they successfully did it.
Well, I mean, they did get killed in the meantime, so they probably didn't. We never got to the point where we could find out if they could or couldn't do it because they got killed. They were arguing over how to do it, and
getting in a fight, like probably pulling each other's hair, like that kind of thing,
tearing clothes, stuff like that, making a real ordeal out of the whole thing.
Exactly. So. Okay, as Hank and Elaine attend an evening dance party at the beach, one of the monsters stalks 2 young women who are walking through town.
Then why are we being told about them being on the beach and then there's a monster doing something else miles away?
By the way, when these 2 characters are here, something else is happening way over here.
Right.
Frustrated when the women are picked up by a passing automobile, the monster attacks female mannequins on display in a storefront window, and in the process, severs its own arm.
These things only go after females. Have any men died in this yet?
Nope, only women.
This sexist ass fucking monster.
Tina, the 3 women trying to change a tire.
The slumber party,
which, well, we don't know how many... We don't know if those are just women
there. It's the 60s. We assume that it's a very... segregated.
Sure. And if not, if there were probably 20 men and 20 women, and the women...
Probably all 20 women died and the men made it out.
The men survived.
Yeah.
Okay. So it severs its own arm.
Oh, God.
Attacking the mannequins in the storefront because it was frustrated because the women got picked up by a motorist.
Yeah.
Dr. Gavin and Hank study the still living severed arm.
Oh, my.
Dr. Gavin characterizes the muscle tissue as a sea anemone. I don't know what that word is. I meant to look it up. A species of protozoa.
Oh.
Although they cannot devise a way to kill it. Eulabelle accidentally spills a container of metallic sodium on the arm, which kills it.
Of course.
Yes. Oh, Eulabelle. She probably said that it was the voodoo.
Yeah.
Dr. Gavin thus realizes a chemical method for destroying the monsters. Put metallic sodium on them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's like, I've got an idea.
I mean, it just makes me wonder, like, he couldn't devise a way to kill it. It's like, did you try anything?
Anything?
Like, any method? Or did you were you just poking at it or something? Like what did he attempt to do to kill it?
Well, all they had to go off of so far was they were studying, they were doing the carbon-14 test on the sample, the tissue sample, which is probably from Tina's body.
Right.
So, I mean, sure, using just that, they weren't able to come up with anything?
But when they get the arm, and the arm is still living, and then they just couldn't come up with a way to kill it. Like, did you try, chopping it up more? Did you try any sort of thing that can kill? I mean, there's a million fucking ways to kill people. Did you try any of those methods?
Well, maybe before they had a chance, Eulabelle spilled the metallic sodium on the arm.
So then at that point, they couldn't say we can't devise a way to kill it. They could just be like, hey, we haven't attempted to kill this thing yet. And then she does that and be like, well, that clearly worked.
Well, I like how they give him the credit.
Of course.
He now thought of a chemical method for destroying the monsters, even though he didn't come up with anything. He just saw what she did.
Yeah. Well, she just had a little bit of an accident, and he's going to make claim to it. So
she was probably getting emotional.
It was the 60s.
Two drunken men stumbling through. Oh, this might go against our women theory. Hold on. Two drunken men stumbling through town encounter a dead, mutilated man inside a parked truck. Shocked by what they see, one of the drunks is shortly thereafter attacked and killed by the monsters.
Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, that man's death could just be unrelated, but
nope, there's monsters. It's a monster death. Following,
I mean, the guy in the truck could still be unrelated to the monsters, and the guy, other guy that was killed could be, there could be a way he was still a woman.
Okay,
not ruling out the theory yet.
Gotcha. Okay. Maybe he thought the guy that was shocked was a woman.
Yeah, he screamed. He had a very high pitched scream.
Yeah,
and the creature just went on instinct.
You're gonna love this next part.
Mm-hmm.
Following a montage of additional women being attacked and killed.
Yes,
they spell it out right there. The police initiate unsuccessful searches for the monsters by tracking the latter's trail of radioactive water as Hank drives to New York City. To obtain a supply of metallic sodium and probably catch a show or two.
Because you can't get metallic sodium anywhere else. Like I don't know how far away this beach is from New York, but
Dr. Gavin already had some in his lab that Eulabelle spilled.
She used all of it on one arm.
All of it on one arm. What a waste. Yeah. Stupid woman. So
I hope she gets killed.
As Hank drives to... Elaine performs her own search for the monsters at a local quarry.
Okay, weird.
Near where the female travelers were killed. Not weird.
Okay.
Upon learning this, Dr. Gavin rushes off to assist Elaine, bringing a small amount of sodium with him.
Didn't he just go to New York?
Hank went to New York.
Oh, Hank went to New York.
Dr. Gavin is on the way to the quarry. With a small amount of sodium.
Yeah.
It must be what he's got.
That's what he's got left.
It's what he's got left. It's what he's able to sort of clean up off the floor, wring out of the rag into a little test tube. As Elaine is testing the quarry water, which registers as highly radioactive, she notices the emergence of a monster. She manages to avoid an attack by walking away.
Their one weakness.
But she falls.
Oh no! While walking?
And becomes incapacitated by a bloody leg injury.
What? She was walking away, falls and injures her leg enough to be bleeding.
Correct.
She deserves to die.
To die.
What the fuck? Like, oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, I love the 60s.
She fucking avoids getting attacked by walking away.
By casually walking away, but then, it is a quarry.
But still,
not the steadiest
while walking, falls so severely that she injures her leg to the point where it's bleeding. All right.
And she's incapacitated,
incapacitated as well.
Dr. Gavin arrives at her side and, by tossing sodium, kills an approaching monster in a fiery explosion.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's how metallic sodium works.
Yeah, but they didn't say that happened to the arm that it spilled on earlier.
Right. That probably just dissolved.
Yeah. As additional monsters approach, Dr. Gavin engages one of them in extended hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, I hope it just pads out the runtime.
Oh yeah.
We got to get this movie up to 100 or an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Hank then arrives with a large supply of sodium.
I'm sure in the movie 5 minutes has passed.
Yeah.
He goes all the way to New York and back.
Yeah. And just goes to the quarry where they are.
Right.
This is the 60s. There's no cell phones or car, they're not even car phones.
Yeah, they didn't have any cell phones to die yet.
How does he show
conveniently die?
How does he show up with to the quarry that they were at? Especially when those women tried to help him change his tire.
Probably the same way that what's her name found the quarry. The police couldn't figure out where they were, but this lady fucking figured out where they went. She just, she probably just accidentally figured out where they are, just the same way she accidentally killed the arm of the fucking one. She just accidentally figures shit out, just like she accidentally fucking tore her leg open.
So Dr. Gavin engages one of them in extended hand-to-hand combat. Hank then arrives with the large supply of sodium, kills the monster that is attacking Dr. Gavin, in the process badly burning Gavin.
Oh, no. But Gavin didn't burst into flames.
There was no fiery explosion on Gavin, no. Just the monster that he was right next to fighting.
Right.
And with the assistance of the police, who are now there,
of course,
destroys the remaining monsters.
Oh, I'm happy to know that only 2 men died. One of them could have just been a coincidence. We didn't see him get killed. And the other one was probably on accident because of his high-pitched scream.
Yeah.
So I feel pretty good about that. Only women were harmed for the most part.
Wait, who's the other man that died?
So there was the guy in the truck.
Yeah.
And then the guy that saw him and gasped or whatever.
You're right. So the truck death could have been completely unrelated.
Yeah, that could have been suicide.
Could have been accidental suicide, unintentional suicide, and then the girly screaming shocked man.
Yeah,
that was mistaken for a woman. Clearly, is the other man that was killed. Yeah, at least no important men with names were killed.
Yeah, nobody with names.
No scientists.
Yeah, he was just harmed, but he was harmed by a human, so it wasn't even.
Well, he was harmed by the explosion
caused
presumably.
By the guy throwing this stuff on the other,
which saved his life.
Yeah,
otherwise,
I
don't know how many scientists but the ones that I know are not particularly skilled in hand-to-hand combat.
Well, and the only reason that monster was even fighting him is because he was trying to get to the woman to kill. He didn't want to fight the scientist.
Get out of my way!
He was just batting at him to get him out of the way, and the scientist.
Yeah, the scientist would have been dead. If he wanted the scientist killed,
Oh, yeah.
Instantly.
I mean, this movie sounds awesome. It's got everything I love in a movie. Beaches, women dying.
Rock jetties, women getting killed, unattended slumber parties.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't unattended.
Protozoa. Yeah. Well, the one, Elaine didn't go to it.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Because
carbon-14 tests.
I mean, Elaine, why... Was Elaine the lady that hurt her leg? No, what was it? Did Elaine get killed?
Yeah.
Who was Elaine?
Elaine is the one who hurt her leg.
Okay.
She was the one who went to Tina got killed. Elaine was the woman who went to the quarry to study the water there and then casually walked away from the monster and then slipped and hurt her leg and
need to see this scene.
I know.
Of any of this movie, I need to at least watch that part.
Yeah. I didn't watch any. I didn't look up any clips. I didn't watch any bit of it. The description was fun enough.
Oh yeah, it was great.
The name Eulabelle is Eulabelle.
It's a common
Eulabelle.
Yeah, it's a common beach name.
A beach. It's a beach name.
Yeah.
What a beach. What a beach that Eulabelle is.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm excited. I'll have to watch that sometime. One of these days, Sean, we're going to have a time where we can get together and we're going to sit down and we're going to watch every movie we've talked about on this show. And we're going to like it.
We're going to like all of it.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, what do you think? That was a jam-packed.
I feel like yours was way more entertaining than mine.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I mean, mine, no, it's all right, I guess.
I guess it's different because I'm usually the one listening to it.
Right.
You actually got to listen to this and hear it for the first. So maybe that's why you prefer this movie over your own. Yeah. And you've seen the movie you talked about.
Yeah, many, many years ago at this point. But yeah, I have seen it, and it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Before we, I don't know how abruptly you plan to end this, but before we go, when this episode drops, the following day will be Matt's 40th birthday.
No.
Well, you mentioned mine.
I know.
So make sure to wish him a happy birthday.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to be
40. He's 40. You're going to be 40. I'm already 40. I'm already there.
Yeah, you are already there.
But remember, you're finishing your 40th year. You're not starting it. You're about to begin your 41st year.
And if we've learned anything about me, I love to finish.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Brr.
If you have a question, complaint, or threat for Sean or Matt, you can reach us on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at hsfamouspod, or you can email the show at highschoolfamous@gmail.com. No animals were pleasured during the making of this podcast, despite our best efforts. All hail our Lord and Savior, Greg Proops.